I hear everybody talking about it all the time. You gotta have gratitude, you gotta have gratitude. Why? Right? Why? What's so important about gratitude? What's the implication? First of all, for me, I had to research it. I want to understand what gratitude meant, because to me, gratitude is a feeling combined by an action. You know, I hear a lot of people say, "I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful," but the way they're living, it doesn't add up. So I hit the books a little bit. I did a little research. The dictionary's definition of gratitude is the quality of being thankful, a readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. That makes sense, right? Somebody holds the door open for you, you get a feeling. Don't just hold that in there. Thank you. It's an action. So I have a great example of this. Love it. About a month ago, I was working. I work at a little restaurant in Long Beach on Beach Street, nice chill place called the Bungalow. I'm hanging out there. I got 2 tables. Nice little unassuming girl at table 10, very quiet, and a big family at table 2. Halfway through her meal, the girl gets up, goes to the counter, pays, and leaves. Food sitting there, half eaten. And I'm like, oh, right away, bad things come to mind. Did I do something wrong? You know, is the nose hair too long? You know, does my breath smell? Did she not like the food? Did this? Is it too hot in here? What's going on? So she leaves, and my manager comes up to me and says, Joe, when table 2's ready to leave, don't give him the bill. The girl picked up the tab. She noticed the older gentleman at the table had a veteran's hat on, with little pins. He was a veteran of one of our wars. Those are the things that get me. Those are the things that hit my heart and really explain to me what gratitude is. This girl wasn't looking for a thank you. She wasn't looking for anything. That's why she left halfway through her meal. She simply saw something that gave her a feeling of gratitude inside, and she wanted to express that by buying the man his meal. I thought that was beautiful. And when I told the table, the guy was overcome with joy, you know, just knowing that somebody appreciates him. Goes a long way, right? So now that I have the definition of gratitude, I'm like, great, well, how does it impact us? Because let me tell you something, when she walked out of that restaurant, it looked like she was floating. So I did a little more research. In 2003, a study by the Journal of Personality and Psychology said that gratitude makes us happy. Makes us happy. By lowering and reducing toxic emotions and stress levels. They did a study. They took 3 groups, right? First group for the whole week had to write down 5 things they were grateful for. The second group just wrote down all neutral events. And the third group wrote down things that got in their way during the day. And that's how they assessed it. The first group was much happier, wanted to exercise more, felt appreciation for life. And that study is huge and usually posted during Thanksgiving. Now, to me, that's so important because a lot of us look for something back. Like, what are we going to get back? It's just human nature, you know. And I'll be honest with you, in my life, I wasn't always a grateful guy. You know, I wasn't even I couldn't even call myself a pessimist. I was much worse than that. You couldn't tell me, I wasn't a glass is half empty kind of guy. I was like, that shit is empty. You know, that's just how I lived. It was always about what I didn't have or what I couldn't get or what was owed to me. That's how it was. But now, I'm a soul man that wakes up grateful. But the best days I have is when I don't just wake up and say I'm grateful. It's when I hit my knees and thank God. Thank God for giving me another chance at life. Thank God for allowing me to lay my head on my pillow clean last night and wake up with a clear day. And thank Him for giving me the inspiration to try and be a better man. But I got to tell you, I don't always wake up like that. Sometimes I wake up and I literally feel like somebody jumped me in my sleep. I feel like this whole room just beat me up in my sleep. I wake up angry, resentful. I'm just waiting for somebody to say something to me. You know, not every day am I like sliding down a rainbow to get to work. Like, what's up, guys? It's just not realistic. It's not. And that's okay, because this is the thing about gratitude. We don't just have to start our day with it. We can restart our day. right? We could restart our day. We could take that attitude we have towards life, that despicable attitude, and turn it into gratitude. So I'm going to give you an example of that. About 2 months ago, April, I'm going to traffic court. Everybody loves going to traffic court, right? Hampstead, it's great, you know? Paid a $335 ticket. Actually, it was probably more because it was a speeding ticket, doing 60 and a 30 on Park Avenue in Long Beach, right? Awesome. Just got my license back after 7-year suspension, had to pay a bunch of fines, bunch of points on my license, and I'm going there. And sun's not shining. It's raining, you know? It's raining, and people are driving like this hot lava falling from the sky. It's like, it takes me an hour and a half to get there from Long Beach. Let me tell you something about being spiritual. It's easy to be spiritual, cruising down the Montauk Parkway, going to Jones Beach, sun out, music blasting. Try being spiritual in traffic in New York. Okay? That's where spirituality really comes in. That's when it's important. So I got to tell you, I got there and I wasn't too happy. Had to park really far away. I go to walk to court. Damn it, forgot my quarters. The parking meter. Had to walk back. Angry, right? Walk back, go to court, license. Damn it. Walk back to the car, grab my license. Now I'm livid at this point. I'm just so angry, so filled with self-pity. Why me? And my girlfriend texts me. She's like, how are you? And I'm ready to like, miserable, right? I thought about it for a second. Thought about it for a little longer than a second before I wrote to her. And I said, you know what? I'm great. Number one, I woke up today. That's a plus. The life I was living, I didn't know if I was going to wake up again. And I woke up today and hit my knees in prayer. And without a substance. In the past, I needed a substance just to get to the bathroom. Now I'm waking up and hitting my knees. I got here in my new car. I woke up to a beautiful family and a woman who loves me, and kids playing and eating breakfast. Those sounds. And I was able to get in my car, drive down there, and take care of my responsibility. And on top of that, I had the money to pay the ticket. That's how you restart your day. It's not just about saying you're grateful. That's why people keep a gratitude journal. It's about expressing it. That's what's important. Now, lastly, I wanted to finish up my research by finding out what gratitude means to someone who's very influential to me. Not, well, personally, but I don't know him personally. It's Dr. Wayne Dyer. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, and Dr. Wayne Dyer is world-renowned speaker and author. Great man. And he talks about gratitude. The way he used it is a complete and full response of the heart to everything in the universe. Everything. Not just the good things that come, everything. He talks about cultivating this attitude of flow, of permitting, of allowing. Because that's when you truly grow and allow things to grow inside you, because gratitude is love. He says the hardest part for people in understanding gratitude is to understand that you have to be grateful for everything. Things that don't show up in your life, things that don't happen that you want to. It's being grateful for your struggle. The bad just as well as the good. That's the hard part. And that's what I want to conclude with today, because that's where I'm at in my life right now. I've gone through years of addiction, years of recovery, and I just couldn't get it because I was filled with guilt and regret and shame. I don't feel that way anymore. I am completely grateful, not just for my recovery and the people around me, but where I was just a few short months ago, just a year ago, 2 years ago. The things I did, every mistake I made, every lie I told, every person I robbed, every drug I did, every person I harmed, all those mistakes led me to this place where I'm standing right now, speaking to you beautiful people. And I couldn't be happier. It reminded me of being back in the sober house about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. And what happened was I got up really early. It was 6 a.m. You know, I'm just trying to become better, working on myself. And I'm trolling through Facebook at 6 a.m., right? And the woman I was with through most of my addiction for 7 years, so I put through the worst 7-year merry-go-round anyone should ever go on. You know, she kicked me out of the house a long time ago, and that's what I needed. I didn't know that then. And I'm trolling through Facebook, and I must have been friends with her sister. And what I saw was a picture popped up of her and her new fiance in the engagement ring. I immediately shut it off. My brain took a snapshot because I like pain. I like inflicting pain on myself. And I was upset, to say the least. So I started making calls to my support group, started talking to people about it. And I was saying things were coming out of my mouth that I never thought. I'm not angry at her. I respect her. She taught me how to love myself. She deserves happiness. But when I hung up that phone, I didn't feel that way. Regret crept up. All the guilt, the what ifs started creeping back at me. And I was walking into my house, pulled the back sliding door open, and right in front of me are the two front windows. And let me tell you something, I was in a bad spot. But out of those two front windows, there was this beautiful one yellow rose. The stem looked like an oak tree. The leaves looked like literally an eagle's wings. And the flower looked like it was at the peak of its growth. It was beautiful. But it was coming out of two rusted old air conditioners in a soda house. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this thing? Where's it coming from? So I walk over. And what do I see? The rose bush is completely dead. Every rose on there is dead. Every single leaf looks like it has cigarette holes in it. It was so burnt and so brown, it looked like if someone had bad breath and came over and blew on it, the thing would go on fire. I swear to God. So I sat there for a moment and I said, how could something like this come from that? And in that moment, I realized something. Sometimes all that damage and wreckage of the past is necessary to create something so beautiful. It's completely necessary. And in that moment, that metaphor totally sealed the deal for me. And I started becoming grateful for my struggle, for everything, because it led me here. Thank you.